Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie, for those who don't know me, reviewing Married at First Sight UK Season 8, Episode 16. Before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell, and leave a comment down below. So my power just went out. It was out for maybe about an hour. It could go out again. If it does, I'm gonna lose my mind, but we're gonna try to go through this as quick as possible just in case that happens. There's a getaway this season that's a little bit different from the previous seasons. They're not away for a weekend or anything like that, but yeah, it was nice. It was nice to see a getaway that was more mix and mingle than just here are the guys, here are the girls, you know? So at this getaway, we have Peggy and Ella who touch base after George's antics at the dinner party. Actually, they already touched base. I guess they felt the need to do it again.
Like, how do you actually feel now?
Still really hurt. I believe he's a good person, but obviously I want your opinion as well, and I want you to be honest.
I know there's so much more to George, but he's playing up to this character. We all think he's a bit of a dick, or at least I do anyway.
I feel like, Peggy, if you're being honest with yourself, you already know how people feel about your husband, and maybe you were looking for somebody to give you a different opinion so that you could feel better about yourself. But to me, she's asking because she knows. I feel like she's asking because she knows. She literally had to beg the man on the couches with the experts to be a better person, to be a nicer person, to not be somebody she has to raise because you are a partner, not a child. Then they start to talk about Ella's connection with Nathaniel. She feels like things aren't going the best. Nathaniel actually feels like things are going much better than before. Given the information that we have about Nathaniel's desired match, to me, it really feels like he's buying time, but not in a bad way. I feel like because he knows that there's a responsibility in representation for his community, I think that he's staying on the show to elongate Ella's story for representation's sake. That's my personal opinion. Because we know he doesn't like her like that. We know he's not gonna like her like that. Like, he's just, no. It's a wash between these two, okay? But he did say Ella was already chosen before he was, and so he feels like they just had to put her with anybody so that her story can be told. We also saw her a few weeks back wear the Trans Lives Matter little hair piece thing. I definitely think there's a story that's trying to be told by MAFS, and so Nathaniel kind of has to play along so that the story can be told, but ultimately this relationship isn't going anywhere. Luckily for Ella, it looks like she has another prospect anyways. So yeah, that's going to be interesting. Arthur and JJ talk about his lack of attraction to Bianca, while Bianca is like, listen, I need more.
Have you kissed her before?
Yeah, but not for like a while. Been tired in that, but listen.
You've been tired?
She's like the kindest, most genuine girl that I've probably ever met.
But as things stand, to want to rip Bianca's clothes off, honest answer is no.
I was giving JJ props at the beginning because I definitely do think that he is trying more than other men that we have seen. But at the end of the day, what he described as the person he likes is not Bianca, and it's never going to be Bianca. I think that he's lying to himself in that, oh, I need to change my type and I need a woman who's ready to settle down and all that stuff. But his default setting is to go for the blow up doll look. Let's just be honest, okay? He likes women who had work done and then also need to look like a model at the same, like, it's giving blow up doll. Like, that's what he likes. It's giving George. Like, so, yeah, it's kind of sad. It's funny too, because on Discord, some people were sending pictures of Bianca's social media pictures. And I'm like, damn, this girl is so gorgeous. And I know if there are any men watching, women tend to call all women gorgeous. Like, that's what we do, okay? We like to big each other up. And I do get a sense of that because I can see what JJ is saying when he says he's not attracted to her, but I just don't think I think his reaction is a little bit much. I do still think she's a beautiful girl. On social media, her pictures are beautiful too. So, well, his loss, I guess. The couples are then strategically, if you noticed, separated. It is a mix of guys and girls in each group. And so they're given these envelopes, these gold envelopes, and it's a game called Secrets and Lies, I think it is. The first question is about who's having the best sex. Honestly, there's only 3 couples having sex anyways, so the options are limited. They didn't come to a consensus on who they think is having the best sex, but there's a conversation with Erica and how good her relationship is going. And first, some backstory. In the pool, it was, I think, Thomas, Jay, I think, Erica and Tasha. And basically, Erica believes that she is in the strongest couple in this experiment. Now, it's cute that you think that. I think that that's a good perspective to have. Maybe not like in a competition way, but just to have faith in your relationship. Like, wow, we're really strong. Love that for us. But definitely you could see that Tasha was having an issue with Erica from that point. And so this whole intimacy conversation is starting to trigger Tasha a bit.
After a few tequilas, I was like, maybe I just take that risk? And it was my birthday, so I was like, fuck it. Cheers to birthday sex. That's a very strange cheers.
Tasha said she didn't want to cheers to birthday sex. I'm just like, girl, is it that deep? Like, I think she only didn't want to cheers because it was Erica saying, can we cheers to birthday sex? Girl, what's wrong with birthday sex? Birthday sex was great. Let's all cheers to birthday sex. JJ opens up about how hard it is being in a friendship couple, and Ella chimes in because she can relate.
Been waiting 4 weeks for just a kiss and you've had a shag?
Every night, babe.
So I want to make sure that we're emotionally connected before like crossing.
Yeah.
I'm very tactile and I like PDA. He isn't. When I eventually told my ex-boyfriend about me being trans, he wouldn't touch me, like he wouldn't have sex with me.
I kind of wish that we got more of this story from Ella. Even in the beginning, I felt like Ella's whole story was the fact that she was a trans woman, and yes, that is a big part of her identity. But to hear a little bit more about her relationships and her personality and her work and stuff like that would have been helpful, because now she's saying that her past relationship started to go left, basically because her partner was fixated on the gender identity. And so when he discovered, I guess just... Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, let me read my notes because maybe I'm remembering it wrong. She shared that her past partner's attraction was tied to the belief that she was a cisgendered woman. So I guess she didn't tell. Okay, can we have a candid conversation? Guys, please don't cancel me. I do understand that trans women, trans men identify as that gender that they have transitioned into. I do get that. A lot of people aren't comfortable with that. And so if the ex-partner was under the belief that you were a cisgendered woman, I can understand how they would retract their affection once they realize that you aren't a cisgendered woman. Like me, oh God, I'm gonna get canceled, Jesus Christ. I'm just gonna end it there. Basically, that's what happened in her past relationship. I don't understand why it's an issue in this relationship though, because Nathaniel is pansexual. I thought the whole point of being pansexual is the fact that gender identity does not matter. It's about the person, it's about their soul. So yeah, I don't know if that's a direct correlation with Nathaniel, where it's like, oh, maybe he has an issue with me because I'm trans. But she does say her past is what's making her feel a way about Nathaniel not being affectionate with her, because it reminds her of her partner and the whole gender identity thing. Skimming through a couple of the thoughts here, Laura is weary of George and his feelings for Peggy, but he claims that his feelings are genuine. Arthur thinks that Roz and Thomas are lying about their feelings for each other, which really hit a nerve with Thomas.
I just want you to explain yourself, give you opportunity to retract it potentially.
Name names, Arthur.
All of you said that you thought they were friends, all that stuff. I apologise for being a mug. You happy?
It's fucking empty, mate, so no.
Okay, that's fine.
So carry on.
Honey, Thomas gagged me a little bit. I said, oh. This man said, I'm gonna stop you right there and give you an opportunity to change your answer and to apologize. And Arthur actually apologized. Yo, I did not know Thomas had it in him to be this feisty. But if you've been seeing on social media, he does not take kindly to people crapping on his relationship with Roz. So like, wow, okay, Thomas. Okay. Now, part of me does believe that he's projecting. But I'm not going to pay attention to the part right now. I'm focused on Thomas. Like, I was really here for the energy. I loved it. More of this, Thomas. More. Yeah. So Brad and Shona, as we know, had to take time from the experiment. They had this big blow up or whatever. They spent 2 days apart. Now they're back together. You can tell that the experts were just brought in last minute because they weren't even mic'd up properly. But they were talking about their relationship and how toxic it is and how it's best that they leave the experiment.
I feel like it's really quick to turn around and it doesn't make me feel safe, and then I was getting really anxious.
Can you see that the way you've been behaving is as though you think you're better than Shona?
I try and advise people a lot from good intention and from the purest of my heart.
We believe it's in your best interest that you exit the process now.
Leaving's the best option for us, you know, or to give us a chance maybe.
I always feel uncomfortable when people say they have these big negative reactions to somebody because they care for them. That's all I needed to hear. That's what Brad said. And I was like, yeah, no, not the vibe, not the vibe, not the vibe. The thing that does worry me about this couple is Shona wants to leave as a couple. And he believes that it might be the stress of the experiment that is making things very tumultuous in their relationship. But I just feel like that's how he's always going to be to Shona. And so at least in the experiment, you're in this controlled environment where, you know, you do have experts to call up behavior and you do have production to maybe intervene here and there and all this kind of stuff. But at home, I feel like there's not as much protection, and she could, I'm not trying to paint Brad as this, you know, DV perpetrator, but there is potential for this behavior to continue outside of the experiment and potentially be worse in an uncontrolled environment. So yeah, I do kind of fear for them. I hope that they're not together. Honestly, I really hope they're not together. Also, Love is Blind. Take some notes. Take some notes, because they're seeing problems in a relationship and they're intervening to basically say, hey, listen, we can't condone this type of relationship. I think it's best that we remove you from the process. Love is Blind, this most recent season, I know we're off track, but just walk with me here, has gone through so many scandals this one season, 2 of which have to do with the fact that one person in a relationship did not feel safe. So yeah, I'm really glad that Married at First Sight did do their due diligence and step in when things started to look a little bit touchy. Very proud that they did that. The new couples are sharing their first impressions on the couples who are in the experiment. JJ thinks that Ella and Nathaniel are attractive. I'm not gonna lie. The way that he was talking about Ella and Nathaniel, I'm like, it feels like he's trying to be a third. But you can also just appreciate somebody's beauty, okay? So, all right. Erica thinks that Arthur is fake and Peggy has to coddle her husband. JJ is rooting for Tasha, but even though even though Erica's response was similar to what JJ said about Tasha, I have to be honest, there was a little bit of condescension in the way that she said it, in my opinion. And so things are really kicking off between these two. Oh no, I have to talk about the other thing before I get there. Okay, sorry. The group is worried that JJ's type is really the model type and it's not this whole I want a natural beauty thing that he's talking about right now. And so that is further confirmed when he's starting to show interest in Ella.
If you had to compare your exes to any of the girls here, who would you compare them to?
Ella, probably a little bit like you.
Who would you want to kiss in the group who isn't your partner?
I'm going to probably say JJ.
Yeah, buddy.
Hook her up, JJ.
Probably Ella.
Ella is the biggest fight I've ever met.
JJ turned red like Bob the Tomato from VeggieTales. I was like, oh, JJ, this man cannot hide his feelings if his life depended on it. So what's going to happen between these two? I don't know. Ella was definitely feeding into his interest. Morally, oh, I'm so against this. This is not right. Experimentally, I'm not mad at it. I'm just saying, I kind of want to see if there's something there. I'm intrigued. Like I was saying, things have been boiling over between Tasha and Erica. And then I forget exactly what it was that made this situation come to a head. For some reason, my note is gone. But Tasha has had enough.
I see Paul and I working outside.
I don't know, I haven't really seen you and Paul together. I don't know what this is.
I just started to get a bit of a bad energy off of you.
When was this?
I do get the same, like, energy about you.
You have an issue with me, clearly.
I don't have an issue with you. I don't have an issue with you.
do.
Shut up about other
Who the fuck are you telling to shut up? Don't tell me to shut up.
They just don't like me because I'm confident and I'm sure of myself and I'm a good-looking girl.
So here's the thing. On Discord, they asked me, whose side am I on? I'm on nobody's side because I feel like both sides are childish. For Tasha, I understand the annoyance of somebody just coming in and saying that they are the strongest couple in the experiment because one, you just got here. You haven't really been through much. And two, you don't really know anybody else to make that sound of a judgment. However, Tasha's response to Erica because of that, unwarranted. If you ask me, it was unwarranted. It was a little bit over the top. And so somebody on Discord said they have a theory that maybe Paul had alluded to the fact that he thinks that Erica's attractive. And so that struck a nerve with Tasha because this response really does not make any sense to me. Now, on Erica's side, she believes that the girlies don't like her because she's just so pretty. She's so beautiful, and the other women feel threatened by her. I can't completely rule it out because honestly, she has been here for 3 seconds. So what other reason do you have to be mad at her about? I don't get it. But I can kind of see how some things Erica says can rub people the wrong way. And if you do it enough times, I'm going to get annoyed. Again, don't think Tasha's response really matched the offense, but I can see why she was offended. It's a lot. It's a lot of confusion. I sided with nobody because this is all childish. Anyways, the preview, interesting. Why is Peggy telling her family that George isn't rimming? I feel like she's trying to set him up for failure. Girl, why? Shut your mouth. And then the Ella and JJ thing is going to come to a head. I'm interested to see what Nathaniel's response is going to be because it seems like he's not happy about it. But until then, please make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.